there was an article that was out there. It was talking about J.J. Abrams was going to take on a Stephen King series, and I believe it's on HBO Max, but I could be wrong. But I just thought it was funny, the things that he said in this interview. And here's a clip right here that I can play real quick. Here it is.
Abrams is opening up about his partnership with Stephen King and teasing a new horror anthology series with the King of Horror.
I mean, look at those two. That's like, what, really?
While speaking to The Hollywood Reporter to promote Apple TV's Lacey story.
So, listen to how he leads off with this, because it's really funny the way he says this about Stephen King. Check us out.
With him is always something of an education. He's a brilliant storyteller and thinks in a obviously incredibly unique and distinct way.
King wrote all 8 episodes of Lacey's
He wrote
story,
all
which the author
8
has
episodes.
called a deeply personal story and one of his most cherished works.
This might be the best.
He told us that he wanted to
watch.
adapt it himself. He wanted to write all the episodes, and that was very exciting because I suddenly realized we were going to have a great roadmap.
The film,
because we all know that when they started, Star Wars, they didn't have any of that. So it kind of leads you to believe, okay, so Stephen King was like, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write all the episodes and I'll plan everything out for you guys. It's great. That's awesome. I love having some kind of structure. That's what we didn't have in Star Wars. Have you seen The Last Jedi?
I have this mystery box, and I use it in every movie I make.
The lightsaber is in a trunk, but we'll never explain how it got there.
Well, it's like...
And then she'll get a yellow one.
Yeah.
JJ looks like a trash man. Jesus.
But I think it was with, like, for me, for Last Jedi, was that movie I watched in theaters that it was the only movie I think I've fallen asleep in the theater. I fell asleep watching that movie in theater.
Which one?
The Last Jedi. I fell asleep.
Oh, God.
I fell asleep in the movie theater watching that movie, and then I came out and I watched it again. I bought it and I watched it, and I was like, oh, shit. It's not as bad as watching it in theater, but it's not a Star Wars movie. And I think if it wasn't the sequel to Force Awakens, it would have been a better movie. It would have
been a good sci-fi film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you'd also have to take Canto Bight out of the whole thing because it makes
pointless. Very pointless scene. Very, very pointless scene. There was a lot of pointless scenes in that. It was filled with a lot of plot holes. And look, I know there's arguments out there about why that story some felt was really good, and that's great. And it didn't work for me at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of shit.
It's a Monet. You get close enough and you're like,
I mean, you've got ILM. You've got quality visual effects. You've got the practical effects too. So I mean, it's the best looking Star Wars franchise or Star Wars series. The sequels, they're the best looking ones.
Look, there are some elements of Last Jedi that I did like, but for the most part, I don't like the overall story. I don't like. It has a lot of plot holes.
There's a lot of things. Yeah,
there's a lot of things.
Okay,
it looks beautiful.
The AT-AT walkers at the end. The AT-AT walkers at the end. What was going to stop them from progressing? Those ships had no guns. They were flying around in circles doing what?
I thought it had a blaster on it though.
No blasters.
He's like crashing, and she's like drop your monoski.
I don't remember any of this. I was asleep.
Clearly, you bought the movie. You bought the movie.
Like a bro ham, like it's knocked.
No, not the Rise of Skywalker, but the Last Jedi. He's Ryan's talking about the Last Jedi right now.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the Last Jedi.
Oh, the Last Jedi. But no, the Last Jedi. Well, I mean, by the time we got to the Rise of Skywalker, it was like
Rise of Skywalker was like the race of Skywalker because it was like boom, 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 boom. It's got it's like don't let the audience breathe. Get to the end.
It sucked 100%. I forgot. Last Jedi sucked. I mean, look. If you like Last Jedi, you like Last Jedi. That's fine. Yeah.
If you like it, you like it.
You can be a fan. But here's the thing: is that I just don't like the movie. I just didn't like it. I'm sorry. Rogue One for me, yes. Rogue One was really good.
That was a great.
That was good, and it was even darker.
I'm not
Before the one we saw. It was actually a darker film, but Disney came in and they made alterations to it. But that was the only. I would say that's probably one of the only times
I didn't mind Solo.
Solo was good.
I liked Solo more than I liked the anthology movies. The sequel to
Rogue One was boring as fuck.
But I think that I thought I was the only person I was so checked out of that movie. I was like, thank God I did not see it in theaters because I would.
Tell us how you really feel.
It was
Okay, Rogue One was interesting in parts, but the only thing that was good about Rogue One was the retooled ending, where you
I don't
have
remember it at all.
Princess Leia and Vader, and
Yeah.
they're going through the ship, and you see the reused footage from the 1977
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
pilots and all that. That's what made people love Rogue One, was nostalgia.
Yeah.
And it felt 5 hours
But they
long.
were allowed to get away with that nostalgia because it was still within that time frame. So it all kind of made
it was
sense.
an interconnective, like you
Yeah.
connected to something that was nostalgic. And
What people loved
when-
is that it
yeah.
went right into A New Hope.
and you get
like,
to see
like,
Vader be a fucking
Yes.
boss.
That was the
Let's be
best scene.
real.
Oh, God damn it!
I know.
Howie,
He did it.
Look what you've done to Ryan. He beats his
I'm
microphone
not the
now.
only one.
And Ryan's his way out here too. He's like,
I was like, it's bigger.
watching A New Hope right now after Rogue One is a trip. Yeah, it is. And like, I get where they were going with that by showing Leia. And I mean, look, overall, I thought that part was kind of cool, just to kind of see that connection on where it went.
Yeah.
And the
That's
Vader
fire.
scene, was the only way I can say it.
It was pretty dope.
No, it wasn't just dope. It was this.
It's fire.
It was
Yeah.
absolute fire. I mean, like
You got the guy right there. Just tell him to say it.
I know. Well, but it was.
I know, right?
That was
It's
the
like
highlight.
Anthony's like, why am I even here?
Why am I here? If you're going to play the clip, let me say it. But no, I mean, that was the highlight of the movie. It was a good movie. I enjoyed the hell out of that movie. But when we got to the Vader scene, I was like, wow, you've never seen this shit before.
Mhm.
He's just mowing down those soldiers with the funny helmets.
And then they were like, you know what? That fire scene, we need to do that again, but this time let's fucking put Luke Skywalker in there, taking out
Do it.
droids.
Droids!
That's fucking awesome. Can't lose.
Not non-living people. And Matt, you were saying that that scene with Luke Skywalker, that was Matt Rigetti who did all the Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker moves.
That was Matt Rigetti. When it came out, I had messaged him and I was like, dude, you were boss in that episode of Mandalorian. And he was like, yeah, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I'll do it again any day of the week.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was all him, man. He fucking rocked that shit. Like I was so
yeah,
into
it was
that.
an impressive scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. And plus, what was great about that, too, was that it was a scene that we had never seen before. We have never seen Luke Skywalker in his, like, peak performance where he's just whooping everyone's ass and
Yeah.
doing it that way. You know, it was just awesome. Every
Yeah,
time we saw
so-
him fight, he's always just, like, swiping once or going against Vader, who's hell stiff. Like, ugh.
Or he kills the he killed the Rancor.
Without a lightsaber? Without a lightsaber?
And then you find out that fucking the damn Rancor has a fucking name and shit in the stupid Bad Batch series. I was like, oh man, what are you trying to make us feel something for this beast?
It's just
I'm
the
like,
beast.
That's so stupid.
Even the Mandalorian took a page out of Rogue One in the last episode.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, he took a page out of Rouge One.
Moulin Rouge.
It's Moulin Rouge one,
Okay, my
Yeah.
which also starred Ewan McGregor.
Oh,
That connectivity, baby.
Fucking circle.
Yeah,
Oh,
the circle
Great.
is now complete.
Are we doing 6 degrees of Ewan McGregor or are we doing 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
What's up, Truth?
What up, Truth?
Hey,
Oh,
guys,
Nicotina and panel, bitch.
Hey,
And
whoa,
panel. Yeah, we don't.
whoa.
No, we don't play that. We don't play that yet.
Does he look like a bitch?
So, Truth is going to be on the Four Nerds in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So look forward to that.
Yes.
He'll be on the show with us. We're going over all the latest movie news and getting
It's gonna be
Truth's
dope.
take on everything.
Yes.
No
gonna be awesome.
cussing.
That's tight.
Mucho cussing, and Dawson will feel very uncomfortable. He'll probably
He will be very uncomfortable.
the new
I was
trilogy.
talking-
Worth the wait.
I was talking to Dawson earlier on the phone, and
Oh.
before he picked up, I was like cussing and like rapping a song with a bunch of cuss words in it. He's
like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
He's right on. He's like, well, that's interesting to pick up to. And I was like, well, you should have heard it earlier. I was talking about
earlier. So let's see. The Bat Channel says the new trilogy made me hate Star Wars. The shows have restored my faith. I think The Mandalorian.
They're trying really hard.
The Mandalorian did a great job. Now I haven't watched all the Bad Batch yet. I need to spend time, and I got to watch all those.
There's
Ryan,
one good episode, which is episode
okay.
1,
that's
and then
good.
the
I
other
saw
ones are
episode
sort
1.
of filler.
I saw episode 1. That's
The
it.
only character that I think they could do away with is Omega, which I think is the one that they really want to focus on in the future of the series. But I just don't like her character. She's annoying as shit.
That's the Australian girl, right?
She's the Aussie clone, yes.
They were all one big blood to me, Philip. That was bad. That was real bad.
Oh God, I don't know where you're from.
Hello there.
That was really bad. Okay,
Matt, what did you think? Or you've seen the Bad Batch, right?
I've watched like 2 episodes, yeah.
And out of the 2 episodes, which one did you like the most?
The first episode.
the first one was good because you saw Order 66, and you're like, "Oh, this is again connective tissue." You're like, "Oh, I see."
But they really got to quit going to the trough.
Well, I mean,
it's like Order 66 from this perspective.
Yo, I thought that was fire, though. I did think that was fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it eventually, but I like it so far. What I've seen, it's better than fucking Jupiter's Legacy. I'll say that, and that's live action.
Yeah.